Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Did a wristband system or something and had, people checking down and up and down the aisles and would help, let people drink and mitigate the underage.
For the first time, NDSU may soften its stance on the alcohol policy during games, but only in suites. Fargo Dome Authority members say serving strong drinks in the Dome has come up in years past, but believe that this time the university is willing to make the change. Valley News Team's Macy Enger talked with some fans who say they'd like to see sales expand to the entire stadium.
Bison fans packed the stands and parking lot to cheer on the team. But one of the tailgating rules stops at the stadium doors.
I'm sure more people my age would want to go, if you could drink.
No alcohol in the Dome. NDSU officials weren't available to talk with us on this issue, but Fargo Dome board members tell us that they believe the university is looking at changing its policy.
There's some understanding, I believe, that they may very well have changed their position from what it was under some previous president.
If approved, drinks would be allowed in suites. But some fans say the policy should be expanded to the entire stadium.
I wish that it wasn't just in the suites because I don't have a suite and it'd be fun to be able to drink at the games.
I think it'd be a decent idea. They could put it in the whole stadium. I mean, as long as they check IDs and everything, make sure everybody's being safe.
And that's some of the board's concerns. It's hard to contain in the stadium and make sure underage students aren't being served.
I personally would be surprised if the policy was changed to that extent.
At this point, the board has just started talking about the change, but many fans say it's a step in the right direction. In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
Now, the Fargo Dome Authority will bring up the topic at its meeting on Tuesday and will continue to update you on this story and bring you the latest on Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com. Well, numerous angry phone calls came into our newsroom this morning, all from people who said that Catalyst Motors in Fargo repossessed their cars overnight. When our cameras got there, a crowd of 5 people was waiting outside. The angry customers and former employees just wanted to know why they were being jerked around. One woman had to miss her chemo appointment today. Another woman broke down into tears. She was so angry. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric took their outrage, anger, and questions to Catalyst Motors' top man.
Hey, Tom? Tom?
I can't believe it. He won't give me my card yet.
Can I ask you a couple questions, man?
No.
But yet I threw questions at him and he answered them.
Frankly, it's bad press, so I don't think that the company needs it. We don't appreciate it.
Why did you repo these people's cars?
We only repo cars for 2 reasons typically: non-payment or a lack of insurance or a combination thereof.
Is that how you're still able to operate? Is because you deal with loopholes and you just deal with...
The law in North Dakota states that a title owner can repossess a car because the paper designates who owns the car. At Catalyst, they hold the title until the car is paid in full. Now, if you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip with us. Well, KFGO is reporting that a man who transported a 13-year-old Minneapolis girl to Moorhead to promote prostitution has been sentenced to 18 years in prison. Police arrested Prince Jones at a Moorhead motel after he posted an ad on Backpage.com. Assistant Clay County Attorney Pam Harris says Jones is a, quote, textbook trafficker who deserves to spend even more time in prison. Well, many are ditching an ancient tool in order to feel safe. Local locksmiths tell us keys are on the way out and new technology is taking over. A couple months ago, we did an investigation on how simple it is to make copies of keys. Since then, we've heard from locals, including an apartment complex manager, that our story triggered them to make this switch to key fobs, card readers, or mobile apps.
It's brought to light how really insecure those, it is easy to make those keys. And now that they have the ability to audit trail, you can't do that with a key. And now that you can, I think that's where a lot of these apartment companies are really jumping on.
Odegaard, who is a locksmith, says that there are some downfalls: cold weather, loss of power, or programming issues. Well, Grand Forks home may be a total loss tonight after a fire there today. Firefighters got the call at 12:20 p.m. to 717 24th Street South. No one was home at the time when the fire started. Fire officials say it appears the fire may have started in the garage. It took crews less than a half hour to knock down the flames, but the heat was exhausting for firefighters.
We're not sure what happened yet. Reported fire in the garage is where it started at, but that's all we know so far.
Okay, and no one injured?
No injuries from the residents, no.
Okay, neighbors called it in?
Neighbors called it in. Yes, it was called in by the neighbors when they seen some smoke and fire coming from the garage.
The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Well, Cass County Vector Control says their traps have shown the mosquito count is down. Last night, they only caught 23, which is down significantly from the 131 that they caught on Tuesday night. They will typically continue to spray the area if they catch more than 35. Vector Control says the cool temperatures at night and spraying are helping battle the insects. They say they're trying to get rid of all and get ahead, rather, a schedule of all those preparing for the 4th of July holiday weekend. Well, some UND atmospheric science students just spent a wild month of searching for tornadoes. Professor Matt Gilmore and students tracked tornadoes across the country to get an up-close and personal look. They just returned with photos from a tornado chasing tour traveling through North Dakota to New Mexico. And Gilmore offers some good advice to keep yourself safe if you find yourself close to a tornado.
First of all, you want to stand still, see which way it's moving. If it's getting bigger or smaller, that means it's moving towards you or away from you. And so you want to move at right angles to that.
The good news is that the average number of tornadoes has fallen in the past 3 years. The average number of tornadoes across the U.S. a year is more than 1,200, and last year there were 838. Well, more than $27,000 was raised today for the United Way of Cast Clay with its Gobble Up $5 lunch. People got to indulge in hot turkey sandwiches, chips, ice cream, and soda at 7 Hornbachers locations, while all helping a good cause.
You're supporting kids in our community. You're making sure that they have supplies to go back to school. You're making sure they have books in their hands before they enter kindergarten. So having lunch is fun today, but it's for a bigger reason. It's helping kids be successful in school and ultimately in life.
Hines says last year, nearly 5,200 kids in our community got the school year started on the right foot with new backpacks and school supplies. Dozens of hot rod fans got the chance to check out some sweet rides at the 27th annual Show and Shine Car Show. Cars lined the Walmart parking lot off of 55th Avenue South in Fargo. And there were some beauties out there tonight. The event had many great cars to look at, like custom street rods, restored classics, high-performance cars, and special interest vehicles as well. Well, it was a sound of sweet music tonight as the Fargo Parks District presented the first Fargo Rocks concert of the summer. The show featured the popular local band Low Standards, and the Prairie View Church provided free water and snacks for everyone. If you missed this one tonight, don't worry, there will be 2 more Fargo Rocks concerts at Island Park throughout the summer on Thursday, July 23rd and Thursday, August 20th. The bands will be announced on fargoparks.com. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed the entire day.
Valley